I'm Megan with Happy Tales Pet Care, and I'm a professional pet expert and nutrition consultant. My goal is to educate people about animals and help pet owners provide the best care to their beloved pets. See a pet in my video you like? Let me know, and I will feature that pet in more videos. Hey everyone, welcome back. This video is your bonus video for today. Today I did a Q&A video, which is on my channel if you haven't seen that yet. This is actually the second video that I am uploading today. When I asked you guys what your questions were for my Q&A video, several of you asked the same question, so I decided to take just this video to answer that question, to make sure that my answer is really detailed for you guys. I've been getting this question so much recently, and I feel like asking somebody what they eat is like religion or politics, something that's probably not a good idea to talk about, which is probably why I haven't wanted to answer. And two, because what I eat, what I choose to eat, should not affect what I am doing here on this channel, which is providing accurate information about how to care for your pets. And the second reason is because people can be so critical when it comes to this. I hope that I don't lose subscribers for being truthful, but I am not vegan or vegetarian, and I hope that you will stay through this video to understand why. Many of my followers have assumed that because I am an animal lover, I would be a vegan or a vegetarian. But the truth is that some of the most influential people in the animal world have not been vegetarian. World-renowned conservationist Steve Irwin was not a vegetarian. Jack Hanna, although not commenting directly on his dietary habits, it's pretty much known that he is not a vegetarian. You don't automatically have to be vegan because you love animals. Jane Goodall is, but I am going to get back to that in a minute. There was an interview with Steve Irwin in which he explained why he was not a vegetarian, and I want to read that for you really quick. So this I found was an interview from Steve Irwin. I went through a big stage of my life where I thought, maybe it would be better to be a vegetarian. So I did research it. In no uncertain terms did I research it. Let's say this represents one cow, which will keep me in food for, let's say, a month. Now, that cow needs much food and land. Well, you can imagine that that cow needs X by X amount of land, and you can grow trees in it. Around the cow, you can have kangaroos, wallabies, you can have every other single Australian animal around the cow. If I was a vegetarian, to feed me for a month, I need this much land and nothing else can grow there. Herein lies our problem. If we leveled that much land to grow rice and whatever, then no other animal could live there except for some insect pest species, which is very unfortunate. People have been very critical of this statement, but that criticism does usually come from a place of ignorance. A big argument used by vegans is that consuming cow meat is destroying the environment, and that is a valid argument when it comes to factory farming. But not everybody understands that not all cow meat or animal products comes from factory farming. What Steve Irwin is talking about here is ranching, not factory farming. And there is big differences between ranching and factory farming. Ranching does not harm the environment in the same way that factory farming does. The main differences between cattle from factory farms and ranching is that cows that are in ranches are kept out on pasture. They are eating grass instead of corn, and they are not pumped with antibiotics and all the other medication that factory farming animals have. And they grow at a much slower rate. Here in the Southwest and in the outback of Australia, ranches do provide wildlife with a sort of sanctuary and give them easier access to water. So when you understand what ranching is and how it does affect the environment, you could understand why an animal conservationist like Steve Irwin would be all for it. So going back to Jane Goodall, she is a vegetarian because she is against the environmental damages that is being caused by factory farming, and she is also against animal abuse. However, in an interview, she does say, if we went back to the days when cows wandered in the fields and we took just a little from them, it wouldn't be such a bad thing, and it certainly would make a vast difference to the methane gases produced. To sum it up, she's basically saying the same thing that I just have. Factory farming is the issue. And then, of course, the next issue that comes up is that isn't it mean to eat animals? We are part of an ecosystem and a cycle that we cannot break away from. It doesn't matter how intelligent we are as a species or how self-aware we become. We cannot escape from this. To think that we can survive in this life without taking from something else is just naive and egotistical. I love animals, but I cannot choose to become vegan based on that, because that is basically saying that animals are superior to plants. Animals are easier for us to relate to because we are animals ourselves, and we're experiencing the world in a very similar way, through sight, through touch, through smell, and that makes it all more relatable for us. We do not have much in common with plants that we can see right away, and therefore it is harder for us to relate to them. And that is where a lot of people forget that plants are living organisms that are fighting to survive as well. So whether I choose to eat animals or to only eat plants, I am still sacrificing something else so that I can survive. And some people may think I am completely crazy for considering the feelings of plants, but what about all the experiments that have been done with plants? Did you know that plants can see, feel, smell, and have short-term memory? There is even the possibility that plants can experience pain, which is currently being researched. Science is diving more into trying to understand plants and how they are affected by what happens to them. And if you don't think that plants matter when it comes to this subject, I really encourage you to look more into the experiments that have been done with plants. There is a book written by a biologist titled What a Plant Knows that shows that plants are actually more similar to us and to animals than we ever thought possible. This is a review given by the Wall Street Journal on What a Plant Knows. The reader will find enough absorbing science to concede that plants continue to inspire and amaze us. It's time, as Joni Mitchell sang at Woodstock, to get ourselves back to the garden and take a closer look at plants. The Wall Street Journal. As I said earlier, we are all a part of a system that we cannot escape from. So whether it is an animal or a plant, we are all fighting for survival. And the survival of one means the loss of another. What we can control is how our food is treated and how much respect we give to our food. I am an animal lover, but that doesn't automatically make me a vegan. Like many other people that work with animals, how an animal lives and dies is what matters to me, which is why I try to support cage-free and grass-fed as much as possible. I'm against factory farming and animal abuse, but I feel that the real answer is to support organic, cage-free, grass-fed, humanely treated, not becoming a vegan. I think that the consumer is what will change the market. A corporation makes changes for those that buy their product. And those are all the reasons why veganism is not for me. If I ever did make a life change like that, it would have to be for health reasons, which I agree that a lot of people do benefit from a diet like this, but not everybody. However, I support you 100% if you decide to become a vegan or are a vegan. I think that every person should make that choice for themselves and make the choice that they are happy with. But like religion, it's fine to be whatever you want to be as long as you don't force it on somebody else. So please guys, don't make any comments below that I should be a vegan or I should be a vegetarian. It just doesn't line up with my beliefs. In the description below are links to everything that I discussed in the video today if you guys are curious. I really hope that I don't lose subscribers over this, although I probably will. But if you are vegan, I hope that you can understand why I am not. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!